welcome to Crafting Unedited. My name's Sierra. I am owner, designer, creator, everything Crafting Unedited and craftily.com. So today I want to show you how to do a print then cut iron-on transfer. I will be using the Cricut Maker, which is this beautiful machine back here, my laptop, Cricut Design Space, and some printable HTV. The brand that I've chosen today is Taylor. You can get it at Michael's. I'm not sure where else it's sold. I have yet to try this, so going out on a whim here. They were all out of the Avery stuff that I typically use, and I'm not a huge fan of the Cricut Print Then Cut. They also didn't have that either, so they were out of all of my favorite options, so we're going to give this a try. It wasn't too badly priced. Again, it's June Taylor is the brand, and I purchased it at Michael's. You can also get it on Amazon, but I was kind of in a hurry and needed it yesterday for this morning, so wanted to get it same day. Sometimes you can do that with Amazon, sometimes you can't. Typically, I prefer to use Amazon. I actually did order some Avery from there, and it's on its way. So we'll see how this works. If it doesn't work, then I have a backup plan. Customer just might have to wait a little bit. So today we are doing a, it's kind of a different, and I'm not sure the story behind it, but a different image. So we found this Britney Spears image, or these three images, and put them together. It's for the 3 stages of Britney. I'm sure that if you're a millennial or, exennial or whatever they're calling us, you understand this. So we've got cute Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Britney, we've got lost her-ish Britney, and today's Britney. I honestly like where she's going these days, so I'll go with it. And we put them together, and we're going to put them on a t-shirt, and they're going to give me some fun sayings to put on the back for them. So what you want to do first is, after you've got your image that you want to print then cut, I always put a, not a text, a shape behind it. I usually do a square and then turn it into a rectangle, which I have already done here and flattened it. The way that you can do that is you go to your shapes, you put in a square, and then you have to unlock the corner here. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. I have to turn the camera. But if I zoom in here, I'll turn my laptop. So if you see here, that's intriguing. There we go. Forgot backwards here. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to unlock the little corner right here. It's got a little lock on it. You just unlock it, and then you can drag it to create a rectangle. I don't need that, so I'm going to delete it. I've already done it with this one. I did do 2 trial cuts and just realized that I did not do the mirror the image, so we're going to have to adjust that. That's okay. Because when I print and then cut this one, when I put it on, it's gonna be this way. And I did 2 of those, so trial and error. I failed at that. Anyway, so moving on. Once you've added your rectangle behind it, you're going to put it to the exact same measurements as your image. So you just change that up at the top in Design Space. You'll select your image, you'll go to size, and you'll do width and height to be the exact same. Not sure what just happened there. I think we had a power outage. The fun times of crafting unedited. Thankfully, I did not lose my project. Or you guys. Hopefully that does not happen again. So next you're going to go to over here in the bottom corner. Once again, you probably cannot see. So we're going to just, move my computer over again. And we're going to zoom in and zoom in. And I'll lift my computer over for you. Oh, maybe not. because you can't really see it anyway. I will get better at this stuff, I promise you guys. At showing you what's going on. There we go. Just moved you down a little bit. So over here in the corner, you have all of your options. And because I've already flattened it, I'm going to unflatten it for you guys. But what you do is you're going to select all, and you're going to flatten right there. And what that does, you can't really see that it does much, but what it does is it creates it so that the image, when you go to cut it, it's not going to cut each and every portion of the picture. So if you don't flatten it, you're probably going to, for this one, you're probably going to get 3 rectangles or 3 squares. But since I did flatten it, it cut out like this. So the next step is you're going to go over to make it. Now I'm going to reverse the image or mirror it so that it prints on properly or it cuts properly. So because I've already sent it to the printer, you're going to hit continue. Did a little bit backwards there again. I'm sorry guys, it's still early. So you're going to hit continue and you're going to hit send to printer. So what I like to do is there over here in the right hand corner, there is, you select your printer, how many copies you want, and add bleed. I always add the bleed, and what that does is it adds a little extra around the edges here. You can see where there's like kind of a border around the border. This is the border that the Cricut Maker will use to calibrate where to cut. This is just the bleed so that when it cuts, there's less spacing, less white space, basically. I always use that. That gets cut off in the end, so I'm not worried that it's going to have an extra bulky frame. So we're just going to hit print here. And I'm not going to, you know, bail out on you and go find the printer. That's why I pre-printed. Granted, it's reversed, but that's okay. So since it's been sent to the printer, and we had the power outage, so I have to turn my maker back on. While it does that, I'm going to load my mat. So loading the mat is the same process as usual. You just put it on according to how it shows you in Design Space. There we go. On there. Oh. I forgot my heat press was on. All right. So then to find your material, you're going to use printable. So I just type in print and it comes up Iron On Light, which is what I have. And I'm going to do more because when I did this one, more pressure. When I did this one, it didn't cut all the way through the paper. It just cut through the vinyl, which kind of threw me off a little bit. So I'm going to do I'm going to do more pressure. See if that helps. If it doesn't, thankfully, it's just a very easy rectangle. No worries on that. So we're going to load our mat up. Put it in. And let it go to work. So I might be able to save these still. Not entirely sure. When I put it on, it's going to go this way. I probably won't be able to because it's going to have Brittany in the 3 stages backwards. So I'll have to ask my customer what she wants, if she wants it the right way or if she wants it, if she doesn't care. Totally up to that person, not me. Thankfully she needs 6 of these shirts and thankfully I did ruin all 6 sheets of printable HTV. This is kind of what crafting and Cricut especially is all about. It is about trial and error. You learn, you relearn, you do it again. And that's just kind of how it's always going to be, unfortunately. And that's why people like me are here. That's why I am doing what I do so that I can show you how I fudge it up and then how I correct it. In this case, there is no saving the product, unfortunately. You just gotta restart and do it over. But typically, I'll tell you how to fix it if I can. Alright. Let's see if that worked. If it cut all the way through this time. It still did not. I don't know what is going on. It just does not want to cut through that material on the back. Didn't even go through it. So we're going to try it again. Maybe clean off my blade. To clean off your blade, oops, you don't do that. I just kind of, oh yeah, that's pretty, you probably can't see that, but it's pretty dingy. So I just grab a paper towel. It's pretty windy out there. That's probably why we lost power. And then I gently clean off the tip of the blade. Watching my fingers. Alright, there we go. That seems to be much better. See if that helps. Bear with me, guys. Whoops. Gonna reload that back up in there. Reload my mat. Try again. That's why I do what I do, so I can tell you how to fix it. If something isn't working, there's obviously a reason why. So you just gotta kind of try it, see what works. Earlier it wasn't detecting the borders, so I had to turn off my machine, restart Design Space, and it started to work again. Design Space will eventually fix itself. It's just a matter of debugging, I guess. Also with the Macs, I guess it's not overly compatible with. I think that with a regular desktop it wouldn't be as many issues, but because I don't have a regular desktop, I just have a MacBook, we'll go with it. We'll keep trial and erroring, and I'll keep telling you how to fix stuff. Sounds like it worked, but who knows? We'll find out in just a second. I am not going to show you the pressing portion because, like I said, this isn't the right image, unfortunately. And it still did not go through. So I am not entirely sure what is going on with this. But as you can see, it's cutting off the border. So we'll run it through again. We're just going to keep running it on through there until it decides that it wants to actually cut through the backing. This is fun. It will eventually cut through. If not, I'll just use the scissors again, unfortunately. So I think that the issue is not the machine. I think that the issue is the material, that the HTV that I'm using. For me, I think that I would honestly, for this project, I'm going to keep using this stuff. It's not a big deal. But for future projects, I will not use this brand again. I will stick to my Avery. I had no issues with that at all. It doesn't say anything about it either for cutting. It just says allow ink to dry 30 minutes before ironing, trim around the edge. So I don't think it's meant to go in a machine. I don't see why it wouldn't be able to, but you know, you never know. Cricut's got some pretty hardcore, and again, it didn't go through. So, but that's the process you're going to use for Cricut Design Space. I do not recommend, unless you're doing a basic rectangle or square or shape like I did, to use this brand. I would honestly stick to your Cricut or Avery. I've heard Jolie's is a really good brand as well. I have yet to try that. But totally up to you. My opinion, stick to Avery or Cricut. But the next steps is you would place it on your shirt, face down, obviously, image down, and you would use a lower heat setting than you normally would with regular HTV. I tend to stick between 275 and 300, and I don't go above that. If it does not apply within the first 30 seconds, then I just keep going over it at that low setting. I have learned that that is the best temperature for it. It doesn't overheat it to where you get some discoloration in the images, because it is printed, not actual vinyl. And it's a little bit more of a process, but it always works best. And you also don't get that like stiff feeling as you do if you use it as a higher setting and then peel it off too quickly. It becomes quite the mess. So even though we had some hiccups, they're all fixed, minus using Taylor brand. Don't recommend it for a Cricut unless you're using basic shapes. If so, great, use it that way. If you're not using a Cricut, probably easy, safe option for you as well. Excuse me. But I really hope that this video is very helpful for you, and if you don't mind, I would greatly appreciate it if you went down and hit subscribe to my channel. That way you can see more hiccups and how to fix more hiccups, as well as more fun learning videos. So that subscribe button is down there in the corner. Also, if you want to see me when I'm on or be alerted when I put something new up, all you gotta do is hit that bell. That'll give you the notification that I am on or that I am posting a new video. Had a brain fart there. Sorry. Crafting unedited. Till next time, see ya.